Motorhead Garage, presented by Dragonfire is brought to you by Amsoil, the first in synthetics, Shade Wagon, throw some shade, and by Dragonfire industrial workbenches with integrated tool storage.
Thanks for joining us here at Motorhead Garage, presented by Dragonfire UTVs like this, they call them side-by-sides, come from the dealership with all kinds of things ready to hit the trail. You've got the big tires, you got the bull bar on the front, and a giant windshield so you can see out the front. But Keith, the windshield, it helps you while you're driving it, but it can be kind of an Achilles heel of these things. How so?
Well, first of all, if you have this thing on a trailer and you're bringing it to your destination, you have dirt, rocks, any kind of projectiles that could break or make it dirty. So what's the first thing you do when you have to get on the trail then?
You clean it. That's the first thing you do after you get off the trail, too.
Exactly, right? So even if it's a Lexan or glass, anything you have to do, you're cleaning that windshield. Now, a couple things with that. Now you're scratching it up, and, well, you're lowering the life of that windshield.
And you especially see that with the Lexan. You get the swirl marks on
100%.
it, and you're trying to drive through the sunset, and it could be actually a safety hazard when you're out there as well. And a broken windshield, of course, is a safety hazard as well.
And they're not cheap.
So what kind of insurance policy can I have against a broken windshield on a side-by-side like this?
Well, that's why we put together a windshield cover that goes on here. So,
and this is called the Fit2Ride.
Fit2Ride.
It's your invention.
That's correct.
Yeah, so what inspired this?
So I actually needed something for mine. I have a Maverick X3. So what I did is I was using it on the oil and gas industry, going up and down the mountain. And what we did then is we used like a rock guard, like something that we use in the facility. And what had happened was I had a whole bunch of people ask me where they can get it. And eventually I was like, well, if there's a lot of market, like there's a lot of people are asking for this. So I went and I did a bunch of deep dives in the patenting to see if anybody else had anything else out there. I looked for it everywhere and I couldn't find it. And then I was like, okay, well, let's go for it. So you're seeing it now from a necessity that I had on the side of a mountain. And this is where it starts, right here. All right. So what we have is we have 160-pound pull force magnets. These are actually built right into the cover. They're directional. So one side, it has very little magnetism. The other side is 160-pound pull force. Then the other one goes on the inside of the window. And then when you have these two together,
here, let me see that. There's no way those are coming apart. No. So, and that's how they're installed with 8 of these. So let's take a look at how it actually installs then. We've got our magnet sitting on the dash here. We'll position this in the right spot. Super easy. You can do it yourself. You can do it with a buddy. We've got the magnets marked here with some tape here, or some stickers.
Yeah, the glow-in-the-dark sticker really helps stand out, especially for some of the people that have tinted windows or anything like that. Those glow-in-the-dark stickers stand out really well.
Excellent. There it is. One more to go. And this thing is not going anywhere. This is going to stay on at high speed down the highway.
That's what I mean. Remember I was telling you, like you can move this thing? And they're not even, we didn't even take the double-sided tape off yet. That's just a dry fit. And the reason we do a dry fit is because you can then come outside, like we didn't actually take that off yet, but we did position it. The reason for that is now you can come out here, make sure that it's exactly where you want it, because it'll move. And when that's all said and done, the hard part then is just going in there and taking that red tape off there. That's the hardest part of this operation.
Now, of course, we know this works. It's great for side-by-sides and vehicles like this. What are some of the other applications you're finding that folks are using it for?
So our RV, a recreational travel trailer at fifth wheels, flying off the shelf. So a lot of those newer travel trailers or RVs, they have the big window up front, which are great, except if you hit a rock. Especially if you left your house 5 minutes down the road in your family vacation that you've been planning for 6 months. That ended your vacation real fast. With the fit cover put on there, the magnets on there, and the dynamic pressure that holds it on there, it doesn't go anywhere. And you've just secured your vacation with your family. And it's a peace of mind.
We know we've got 8 sets of magnets on here, so we know we can't pull this thing off. And you've got the dynamic pressure when you're going down the road of the wind hitting this thing. Yeah. Is there a chance of this thing blowing off?
No, not at all. Yeah, the dynamic force on this alone with your wind pressure is 285 pounds. Then combined with the magnets, you're at another 320, you're at 605 pounds. Holding this thing right in place at 62 miles an hour. It's not going anywhere.
Fit2Ride is the website. Fit, the number 2 rides, where you can find these made specifically for your vehicle. It's going to keep the chips down, and of course it's going to keep it clean so you don't get those swirl marks when you're cleaning it. Fit2Ride.com. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Dragonfire Tools.com, so stay tuned.